Fox Hill Dreams. What up? What up? Late night with BDD. Hey. Welcome to another episode of Late Night with BDD. I'm your host, BDD, aka Brooklyn Dad. I see you, Veronica Tello, Watcher Soko, Monique Lee. Welcome, you guys. Welcome very much. There's Jenny Rayner, Julian Gauthier, Bernadette H, Samantha Hawkins. What's up, my peeps? Glad to have you on this Monday evening. I hope you guys had a lovely... Hang on. I'm going to turn the music down all the way. I'm actually going to turn it down all the way because it was suggested that mayhap I should try it without the music. Some folks thought it was distracting. Some folks thought that the music made them a little bit sleepy. So I'm not trying to put you guys to sleep. I see Samantha McIntyre. Knight Rixt says DeSantis looked scared and didn't answer no questions. Charlie for Florida. You know, he did answer some questions. I just don't think his answers were satisfactory. Thank you for that comment. Misha Oliver, I see you there. Scott Samuelson, there you are, my friend. Tina G. Bernadette wants me to talk about the White House field trip. Of course. All right, actually, let's Fox Hill Dreams. I think you were first. Fox Hill Dreams, you were first. I thought I had you. So welcome, Fox Hill Dreams. I could never forget you. All right, let's do a brief review of what tonight's show is going to entail. Wait, here we go. We'll put the music on for this feature, the review. Okay, first up, we're going to discuss the Crist-DeSantis Debate. First up. Well, not first up, but whatever. We're going to discuss the controversy involving Kanye West. Why am I spending so much time on this Kanye West thing? I don't know, but I feel like it's important not because of Kanye, but because of what is happening, and it's alarming. So, hey, Asmila J, I see you there. There you go. And of course, we're going to discuss the highlights of the Washington, D.C. field trip. But first, speaking of the Washington, D.C. field trip, I met a lot of people. Like, folks were calling it the nerd prom, and it's because like everywhere I turned it was like, oh shit, it's you, oh my god, it's you. It was literally everybody whose tweets you see on a daily basis was there, and it was pretty awesome. One of those people is actually quite a bit of a personality. She's not just a Twitter person. In fact, Twitter is just, a small fraction of what she brings to the table. I'm talking about the person who is going to be my guest this week on Wednesday. You may have seen her TikToks. She makes some pretty outstanding TikToks. She's very good at what she does. Her name is Heather Gardner. And she's been a TV host. She's done a whole lot of stuff, and I'm really excited about having her on the show this Wednesday at 5:30 in the P of M. So please do not miss that show. Anyway, so yeah, I'm very much looking forward to that. This weekend, wifey and I took the kids. This was This was nice. You guys have heard me complain about not going to the movies on as regular a basis as I used to. I used to be every single weekend I was at the movies, in the movie theater, especially for the big blockbusters. When I say blockbusters, I mean Marvel superhero movies. So this weekend was not a Marvel superhero movie. It was a DC movie, which is still okay. It's not, it depends on what it is. We won't talk about Green Lantern, but the movie we went to see this weekend was Black Adam. Now, of course, there's many things to like about this movie. First of all, it's The Rock, right? It's The Rock, and I happen to be a fan of The Rock. Some people are not crazy about him. Like my best friend says he doesn't like The Rock because he's always trying to be a good guy. And it's interesting that he said that because the character Black Adam from the comics, I never paid much attention to him, but what I did know was that he wasn't no good guy. That's for sure. He was a bad guy. He was a nemesis. He was the enemy of Shazam. And I mean, look at how he's rendered in this artwork here. He doesn't look very friendly. He doesn't, I mean, maybe that's a power thing. I don't know. I've seen Submariner, the Prince Namor, in that same kind of pose, and he is I guess, also an anti-hero of sorts. Anyway, Black Adam has been described as an anti-hero, and he's got he's got a story that goes back thousands of years before BC, and then he got these powers, and then he went to sleep. He went in like a 4,000-year hibernation, and then he was summoned and awakened, and there he is. So I guess The Rock attempted to portray Black Adam as very stoic, very, serious and mean, but really you knew he wasn't really mean because he's The Rock and he can't be mean. He's just what he is. Anyway, I enjoyed their portrayal of Black Adam. He's very, very powerful. He's very, very fast. It was one thing I enjoyed. Like, if you guys have seen X-Men, the most recent X-Men with Quicksilver, there are some scenes where, and I won't spoil it for you, but there are some scenes where Black Adam is moving at the same kind of super speed that Quicksilver moves, so quick that it seems like time is standing still around him. That's fun to watch. And of course, the cast of characters that was around him were also impressive, although I hadn't really paid much attention to them throughout my whole life. Like, this is Hawkman. This is The Rock in a scene with Hawkman, who is apparently a lot more powerful than I thought. He kind of went toe to toe with Black Adam. And there's another guy, Dr. Fate. He's like the DC version of Doctor Strange, even though he existed before Doctor Strange. Dr. Fate looks, he does the magic sorcerer things. But yeah, he existed long before Doctor Strange. There's Atom Smasher and some woman named Cyclone. And yes, Trump Reaper, Black Adam is a DC. And Veronica Teller, yes, he was fast like the Flash. So overall, I gave it an 8.0, 8, which on my scale, 8 is just good. It's not great. It's not terrific. 9 would be great. 9.5 would be terrific, and 10 is hard to come by with me. But 8 is good. 8 is good. It means I was entertained. I took points off because there was so much in the scene. You see in the middle of the this picture here, you can see a great big hole in the wall. That's a massive man-sized hole in the wall created by Black Adam. And dude just kept crashing through walls in this woman's apartment. And it's like, dude, did they not have doors where you came from? Then use it, right? He's just crashing through walls. Just, I got to go to this next room, so I'm going to crash through the wall. That irritated me. And it irritated me that the woman whose apartment that was did not correct him, because come on. That shit is expensive. If you break a vase in somebody's house, they're ready to go upside your head. So anyway, still good movie. Good movie. Very entertained. I liked it. Okay. Let's talk about the election, the debate between Ron DeSantis and Charlie Crist. This is the one and only debate. Hey, that damn Alaskan, I see you there, my friend. She says, having a day job sucks. There she is. I'm glad you made it, though. This is the one and only debate. There's not going to be any others. And I guess Ron DeSantis can thank his lucky stars that this is the only debate, because Charlie Crist came prepared. And you guys who have been following my show, who've been watching and listening to this show, know that I've been kind of tough on Charlie Crist. Not only have I been tough on him, I've said some things that would indicate that I was not very confident about his chances of winning. And part of that was on him. Part of that, I think, was the lack of support from the Democratic Party. And I did actually, while I was in DC, I told people my issue with the Democratic Party's lack of support for Charlie Crist. I made sure that that criticism was heard loud and clear. With that said, this was about the happiest. This picture here is about the happiest Ron DeSantis was in this entire debate. And that's because not a single question had been asked or answered yet. And Charlie Crist had not yet slapped him upside the head with a whole lot of preparation. My man, Charlie Crist, like I said, I wasn't getting a strong vibe from Charlie Crist, but he changed my mind. Tonight, he changed my mind, not like in a superficial way, in the kind of way that the performance he gave was something that told me this brother has been to this dance before. He has been to not only has he been to this dance before, he has been the prom king at this dance. He knows what the hell he is doing. And he was strong. He was confident. He was calm and cool. And he destroyed Ron DeSantis. Ron DeSantis looked like a bully who was unprepared for the finesse moves that Charlie Crist put on him throughout the entire debate. The entire debate from start to finish. You did not see Charlie Crist sweat, no matter what Ron DeSantis tried to throw at him. You didn't see him sweat or be stressed or upset or angered. It was almost like somebody had given Charlie Crist like a script of every answer Ron DeSantis was going to give. That shit was funny. Hey, Karen Purdy in the house. Karen Purdy, by the way, if in case you don't know, she's from Newton Falls, Ohio. There she is. Long time no see, my friend. Yeah, and actually I have a live picture of Charlie Crist handling Ron DeSantis. Yeah, that was Ron. There's a picture of Ron DeSantis getting cooked in that debate. Just thoroughly cooked, barbecued. Now, with that said, can he win? Who knows? Who knows? Really, who knows? We're seeing a lot of polls out there. A lot of polls, some of them positive, some of them negative, and it will drive you crazy trying to decide, trying to divine which of these polls is the right one, is the correct one. None of them. None of them are correct. They're all wrong. They're all one way or another. You know why? Because we still have, what is it, 14 days? Is it 15 or 14 days before election day? So who knows? Who knows what's right? Because the winner is going to be whichever side turns out the most. And right now, Democrats are running the numbers up in the early vote. But we know that those numbers kind of get washed back a bit on election day. Why? Because Republicans tend to turn out in high numbers. And this is historically for all midterm elections. Republicans tend to beat us in turnout on election day turnout for midterms. For some reason, Democrats are like, I don't want to go. They never want to go to the midterm elections, but we're feeling the fire. We are feeling the urgency. And if you guys know people who do not feel that fire or feel that urgency, you better light a fire under them, because it is all hands on deck. It's not just the people with a big platform like me that are responsible. It's each and every one of you. I don't care if you have 50 followers or 5 followers or 5,000 followers. All of you have a voice and a duty, a responsibility. Don't think that your next tweet isn't going to be seen by one person who's going to get like 20 people to show up on election day. Think about that. You out there, you've got 100 followers, 100 Twitter followers. What can I possibly do? Little old me. Well, guess what? Little old me at one point had 60 Twitter followers. 60. I had 60 Twitter followers on July 1st, 2016. 60. Okay. And that's right, damn Alaskan. You all have a duty. You stupid. Damn you. Damn you. I am susceptible to outbursts of laughter like that at the silliest things. It's late, whatever. But yeah, you all have a duty to get as many people as you can to show up on that day. So what do I think about the debate? I think Charlie Crist handily demonstrated that he knows what the hell to do. He's had the job before, guys. He had the job before. He was a Republican when he had it. But guess what? When he was a Republican back in the day, he was willing to embrace President Obama. This was something that put him out of favor with the Republican Party, which is why he ultimately ended up leaving the Republican Party and joining the Democratic Party. And I say to that, welcome. At one point, Ron DeSantis addressed that. He asked the question, well, you used to feel this way about the subject, and now you feel that way about the subject. Who's to know, whether or not you're just going whichever way the wind blows politically, and I don't think that's the case at all. I think Charlie Crist is where he is right now. I think he enjoys it. And that what you see is what you get with him. Eddie G pointing out here, Crist was cocky as faheezy. She loved it so much. I love it so much. Did I say hello to Aries Wanderer? I'm sure I saw the messages from Aries Wanderer. I don't know if I shouted you out yet. So welcome. I see Kenneth Parker is here. Cecile Kazimi is here. Let me just make sure I got everybody. I didn't forget somebody. Get everybody and don't forget nobody. Patricia Pueyes is here today. All right. Let's keep this show moving. Yeah, he got cooked. All right, let's talk about this. This was that tweet from hell from Kanye. I think this might have been October 8th, where he said, I'm a bit sleepy tonight. Right there. Right there with I'm a bit sleepy. Hello, Lacey. I see you there. After you wrote I'm a bit sleepy, you probably should have just shut it down right there. Just delete that and close your Twitter. If you're starting off the tweet with I'm a bit sleepy, you're letting us know that what's coming out of your mouth maybe is some bullshit. And maybe we don't need to hear it. Maybe. And in this case, yeah, we definitely didn't need to hear it, but maybe it's a good thing that we heard it because now we know where this guy is at. He is an asshole. Did not know that he was an anti-Semitic asshole, but yes, he is. And when they tell you who they are, you best goddamn believe them. He says, I'm a bit sleepy tonight, but when I wake up, I'm going DEFCON 3. It's shit like this. You know what? You can't even be a literate fucking anti-Semite. You have to be a fucking buffoon. Okay? It's not DEFCON 3. It's DEFCON 3. You ass wipe. You smooth-brained moron. Which was, by the way, the other day, I got a warning from Twitter. They said, are you sure you want to tweet this? I typed something like jobs, manufacturing is jobs, you smooth-brained idiot. And I guess they're like, oh, that's strong language. What? Twitter, seriously, what is your problem? Anyway, he says, I'm going DEFCON 3, and then he inserts like 6 spaces to make sure you see what he's about. Like you want to give that special space on Jewish people. Why would you put the word death and Jewish people in the same fucking sentence other than you want to say something like, I pray that the Jewish people do not experience any deaths whatsoever, which is unrealistic, but why? About any group of people. But you know what? The Jewish people and black people should be like this. It should be like this. And my best friend's mom, back in the day, God rest her soul, she had told me that one day because we share a very similar history. Our histories are similar in that, people were trying to systematically destroy us, use us for slave labor, and destroy us, destroy our culture, and destroy, our religion and our language, everything. We have to be like this. And so he goes on. Let me continue. And this is some bullshit here. He says, the funny thing is I actually can't be anti-Semitic. Here you go. There you go. Other people that start the sentence like that usually finish it off with, because my boyfriend is insert ethnicity. Because black people are actually Jew also. Dude. He says, you guys have toyed with me and tried to blackball anyone who ever opposes your agenda. Dude, right there. With the way you wound up that sentence, you might as well be wearing a swastika sweatshirt. Instead, he likes to wear the White Lives Matter shirt, which is basically the same thing. Why does this bother me so much? So I used to work for this guy who was a Trump supporter. He was a diehard Trump supporter. And, this was an asshole who used to tell me that and I hope that motherfucker is watching right now. He used to cyber stalk me. I didn't even know this. He knew I was Brooklyn Dad Defiant, for a while. Instead of availing himself of my Twitter my Twitter skills to help drum up some business for him. No, he decided he wanted to point the camera at my fucking computer screen and see what I was doing, on Twitter. And anyway, where was I going with this? Is oh yeah. So back in the day when I first started working for him, he used to send me racist emails, right? He used to send me emails that was jokes about Polish people. It was jokes about Jewish people. And I was like, you know what? Stop sending me these racist emails. He's like, what? It's not about black people. Yeah, I said, yeah, I know. Yet, at some point, it will be about me. And I don't find any of those emails funny. Don't send them to me anymore. And he didn't. But, of course, that's why he loved Trump, because Trump was all about, all these people are politically correct. It's this grievance community of people who couldn't stand the idea that there were decent people in the world who didn't think it was funny to make fun of different groups of people, ethnicities, or whatever, to have a laugh at someone else's expense. It's not funny. It's not funny to me. So anyway, where was I? I was talking about Kanye. Let's go back to Kanye West. Oh, yeah. So then this happened. I think this happened over the weekend. These you can see on the right side of this picture, there are some white supremacists there holding up banners. One says Kanye, excuse me, it says Kanye is right about the Jews. Kanye is right about the Jews. And you can see them doing the Sig Heil salute. Guys, I don't think I need to tell you, but I will say it anyway. If you have people like that supporting you, you're doing something wrong. No, Jenny, Kanye doesn't stalk me. No, it was my former employer. Former employer used to stalk me on Twitter. He has a bug up his ass about me being, Brooklyn dad, and fighting for what's right. He told me I was not permitted to tweet during the hours of midnight until 7 p.m. I was like, you do realize I don't work for you for until 9:30. He said, I don't care. If you don't like it, you can leave, get a job somewhere else. Because New York is a right to work state. Right to work. So it meant he could fire me for anything. And he made sure I knew that too. He also forbade me to tweet about anything racial. I said, do you realize you were telling a black man, your only black employee, that I cannot tweet? I cannot exercise my First Amendment right on my free time about my black experience? Yeah, no, you can't do that. It's too controversial. So anyway, I'm so glad I don't work there anymore. But so this anti-Semitic thing it's starting up again, and it's ugly. People tweet and they post on Instagram and they post on Facebook, never again, and they put up things and the catchy little phrases and pictures and memes, etc., etc. But how much do you really mean never again? If shit like this, you're not going to stomp it out like it's a fire in your fucking house. Because it is a fire. It starts off small. And if you let that shit go, next thing you know, your whole house is in flames. You got to stamp that shit out as soon as it happens. As soon as it happens. And that means companies like Adidas is the company that Kanye says they're not going to do shit about his anti-Semitic position whatsoever, and he was right. Looks like that. Looks like he was right about. I don't know that racist thing that says Kanye was right. He wasn't right about that. He was right about Adidas, though. That's far. Adidas has been exercising radio silence, and their stock took a major hit today. It lost 15% of its value. And I hope it should have plummeted a lot more. I hope it plummets some more tomorrow. Oh, that's right. Scott Samuelson pointing out that his agency, CAA, which is actually, I heard that's a pretty big agency, dropped him. Good. Here's Metalhead RN saying he forgets that if fascism takes over, his ass is gone too. He's a black man and should know better. He thinks he can escape these racist mofo. Maybe he can because of his wealth. You know, I feel like wealth kind of trumps skin color. I could be wrong, but it seems like that. It seems like wealth trumps everything. That green is your skin color. Fun fact, actually it's not a fun fact. This guy here, his name is Adolf. Is it Dassler? Hang on. It's Adolf. Adolf Dassler. Yeah. Adolf Dassler is the founder of Adidas. He was a Hitler Youth. Yes, the founder of Adidas was a Hitler Youth. And he did make, so it's interesting. It's a kind of interesting story. He made some shoes. He was making shoes for Germany. He was a German resident, inventor, entrepreneur. He ended up making shoes for Jesse Owens. Jesse Owens, you know, the famous Jesse Owens who beat Germany in the Olympics, in the events that he was competing in. And the shoes Jesse Owens was wearing were made by this Nazi, right? And he was a Nazi. I don't know how he ended up, so after the war, the American Armed Forces decided not to destroy his production facilities because they learned that, in fact, he was the creator of Jesse Owens shoes, and so they let it remain. And I guess he became a multimillionaire afterwards. But I hope that company loses a lot of wealth from this debacle, because how difficult is it for you to come out and make a statement and denounce anti-Semitism? You should have done that before you had breakfast. You should have done that a week ago. You should have done that the day after he posted that tweet. That was October 8th. Today is October 24th. It is stunning. The only silence that is more stunning than Adidas's silence is the GOP's. I don't understand how the fuck they get away with being so goddamn shitty, consistently shitty. You're shitty to women. You're shitty to Jewish people. You're shitty to black people. You're shitty to Latinos. You're shitty to the LGBTQ community. How the fuck do you imagine that you can survive as a political party constantly being so goddamn shitty? What is it? Oy, with the name Adolf, what can you expect? Foxhole Dreams. Yeah. That is really an unfortunate name. Unfortunate. All right, let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving on to my favorite part of this show, and it is that this Friday, Wow. I took by the way, this picture you're seeing on the screen right now, this is not um this is not like a stock photo. It's not like from Getty Pictures or Shutterstock. No, I took this photo from the window of the plane that I took down there. I did fly down there. Um and that of course is a picture of the Washington Monument. I was so lucky to get that picture because I was hardly even like I was busy futzing around with the Wi-Fi. It was a quick flight. It was very quick. It was like it was an hour. It was an hour, and I couldn't, for some reason, I couldn't get the Wi-Fi to work until like I had 10 minutes left to go. And I happened to look up and I said, oh shit, I'm missing this. I took a picture. Total luck. It's not leaning. I think the plane is leaning. Yeah. So anyway, I got off the plane and I had instructions to go to an address. And this was the address that I went to. It was the machine. It was at a townhouse owned by union machinists. Yeah, this was quite an adventure for me, and it just happened that that block had a great view of the Capitol, of the U.S. Capitol. So there I was, right there. Thank you, General Putnam. Thank you for that. He says, General Putnam says, that was a great photo op. Congrats. Thank you for that. And so anyway, here, this was the first part of my trip. And I don't know if you guys can recognize the guy on the left of the picture there. That's Brian Dawson. Brian Dawson is also a Twitterer. Next to him is Justin. That's my buddy Justin from Really American. He's the founder of Really American. Next to him is Adam Parkamenko, and there's some other folks in there, and also Joseph Galina is there from Call to Activism. And who's not pictured there is Nick Knudsen, who had not yet arrived when I took this picture. And also Christine Pelosi. This, ladies and gentlemen, is Christine Pelosi. And let me just say, she is every bit as dynamic and intelligent and powerful as you can imagine. She is an impressive person, and I was very honored to meet her and strategize. We all sat at the table, you know. It felt very cool. It felt very cool. Look, I took this opportunity very seriously, but it was just nice to be amongst such heavy hitters. And oh, by the way, Christine was kind enough she handed out these little pins. Let me see if you can see that there. There we go. It's a pin. Very nice. And let's see what else. So this was the first part of the trip. And from here, this was not at the White House. Like I said, this was probably about a quarter mile from the U.S. Capitol building. Eventually, we did make our way over to the White House, and that was, you guys, this was like the nerd prom, right? Everywhere I turned, there was like, oh shit, there's Grant Stern. Okay, so here's this picture is Grant Stern on the left. There's me, and there's Noel Kasler. You guys know Noel Kasler. That's him right there. And next to Noel Kasler, there you have Texas Paul. And Texas Paul is a sweet dude. He is really, really cool. I like this brother. Like him very much. Um, and let's see. This is me in the in the White House press briefing room. That was cool as hell. Very cool. Everybody got a chance. We literally could take only like 5 seconds to take a picture each. That's me and our good friend Mike Goodenough, aka the Horse Whisperer. And what was cool is that quite a few of the people that were on this trip have also been on my show. So that was actually interesting. This is Qasim Rashid. Very, very smart brother. He actually ran for office once. He had posted a video about a week or two ago that was just absolutely brilliant. Here is my buddy Nick Knudsen. Nick Knudsen is tall. He's like basketball tall. Awesome dude. You guys know Nick. And let's see. And of course, there's JoJo from Joy's. JoJo from Joy's was there, and as tall as Nick was, JoJo from Joy's is short. She's very short, but very nice though. And this young man, you guys might recognize. This is Jordy Meiselas. Jordy Meiselas is one of the three dynamic trio brothers. And actually, I have talked to him, and he has agreed to be on the show next week. It'll be not this Wednesday, next Wednesday. I will have Jordy on the show here. And there you have none other than holy fucking shit, Jeff Tiedrick. It was fun joking around with him because, it's funny. Fun fact, his wife wants him to get away from tweeting like that. She doesn't like the holy fucking shit tweets. But I told him, I was like, Jeff, you got to stick with that, man. That is your brand. Doesn't matter. Nobody else can pull that off. That's your thing. You got to do it. You owe it to your public. But the coolest surprise, well, not the coolest, but one I guess this was the coolest. You guys recognize this gentleman in the picture with me here? Let me see if you guys recognize this individual. Yes, Eddie G. It is Mr. Veep, the second gentleman, as Veronica Tello points out, and Julien Gauthier. He's the second gentleman, and yes, he was there. And so I was about to introduce myself to Doug Emhoff, right? And so I'm approaching him with my hand outstretched. I was like, "It's an honor to meet you, Mr. Emhoff. My name is," and he cut me off. He says, "You're Brooklyn Dad." And I was like, "Oh!" He said, "Kamala and I are big fans of your Twitter page, and you could have knocked me over with a feather right there. Right there. You could have just knocked me the hell over with just, whew, and I would have fallen over." Yeah, really nice guy. Very nice. And then last but not least, there was none other than Mr. Ron Klain. Ron Klain. So I got to tell you guys, this trip wasn't just about, it wasn't just about like photo op and, taking selfies with each other. You know what? Veronica asking me, did I ask him to join my show uh, for an interview. You would think that I would, right? But no, I didn't. I didn't. I did not. What is wrong? What the hell is wrong with me? Hey, there's my friend Woja Mom there. What's up, Woja Mom? How are you? Lovely to see you, my friend. Welcome. Uh, so it wasn't just that the trip wasn't just about photo ops and shaking hands. It was part of it. It was a sense of fellowship. Fellowship. It was a mutual respect for all these content creators. Some of them were content creators on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok, like my guest on Wednesday. She's a TikTok master. But Metalhead RN wants to know if I froze like DeSantis did today. No, I don't know if I froze. It wasn't really at the top of my head. We spent that day, aside from the tour, right, strategizing and receiving information. This was information that the White House is putting together for its final push in the final weeks before the midterms, and to help disseminate. I respected the fact that they finally decided to bring on board the people who, the people who have access to their audience to help message. That is what that is key. That is key. So, we heard from 3 communications, senior communications officials, and I saw some wild shit. They haven't given me. I actually wanted to tweet out one of the handouts, a picture, a screenshot of one of the handouts they gave me. He said, no. We're going to give you, we'll give you actual digital stuff, but don't tweet that. Oh, thank you, Eddie G. I always forget to mention that. Please like this live, so that we can help grow our audience. And Jenny Rayner says we need more content. Agreed. And that was what several of us were saying. Like Joe Galena from Call to Activism made a point of saying that numerous times, and they totally they got it. They got the message. So I don't know. Fox Hill Dreams is asking if it was classified information. Not really. It's not that it was classified. I think it's just they want to make sure that when it goes out, the presentation is just right. And these were like little printouts from a PowerPoint that they did. And it wasn't. Hello, Elaine Prieto. Welcome, my friend. Elaine Prieto is here. So overall, I would say it was a fantastic experience. It was such an honor to be in this group of creators there. There in this picture here on the very far right with his hands on his knees, there's Rafael Rivero of Occupy Democrats. There, he's standing in front of Mike Goodenough, who is not looking at the camera at the time. Joe Galena is next to him, and his wife is next to him. Scott Dworkin is there. Rachel Vindman is right behind me, and right next to me is Aaron Rupar, and it was his birthday on that day. It was tremendous. Also, let's see. I see Murder, She Wrote is there as well. Her name is Allison. Fantastic person. This was a hell of an experience. And there you have it. Ladies and gentlemen. That was my DC adventure. Afterwards, we had dinner. We had a nice little steak dinner, and probably ate more than I should have. but I was able to make it home. Did I not say Allison? Yeah, I made it home without incident. Oh yes, thank you. Ty Ross was there too. Julianne Gutier. I didn't think you would recognize Ty Ross. She is right there behind Noelle Kasler, and next to her is Lacey D over there, and I can't remember the name of the guy who's next to Noelle Kasler. But he's famous also. I just can't remember his name. Forgive me. Aaron Parnas is there also. He's right there next to, he's between Heather Gardner and Kasim Rashid. So any questions? Do you guys have questions for me? Questions for me? Veronica says, oh, thank you, philosophy. Thank you, my buddy. Thank you, my friend, for the kind donation. Philosophy is here, ladies and gentlemen. Phil is steadily putting out those videos that are really high quality. It's not just videos, but the pictures too. You put out a picture earlier today. I think it was a blue jay attacking a bald eagle, which was like funny as hell to me. It was almost like me trying to attack Shaquille O'Neal, me trying to attack The Rock, come here. No, I have not yet voted Aries Wanderer, but as soon as I am able to, most likely I will be doing it on election day. I don't usually have an issue voting. It doesn't. The lines are not crazy over here. Who's in the rose-colored coat? I don't see a rose-colored coat. If you're talking about the gentleman over there, that's not really rose-colored. That's Kasim Rashid. If you're talking about the lady next to Ty Ross, that's Lacey D. Yeah. And she goes by on Twitter, she goes by Miss Rosa Parks. Yeah. Let's see what other question I have. Bill's got me doing this. Says, I didn't know you had a YouTube channel. I follow you on Twitter. I appreciate your content. Now, thank you. Bill's got me doing this. Thank you for the comment there. Kind of drives me crazy, though. Not your comment, but just the notion that you guys know, I've been tweeting about this show, Storytime with BDD or Late Night for a lot. And there are still people who like, you got a show? I didn't know. So that's why if you guys happen to see me tweeting something and you swear you've seen me tweet that before, I am intentionally repeating it because all 1 million of my followers do not necessarily see all my tweets all the time. That's impossible. So it's only like a small fraction of my followers seeing my tweets at any given time. Jenny Rayner, how tall am I? I am 5'9". 5'9". And philosophy is COVID negative today. Whoop, whoop. Congratulations, Phil. Glad to hear it. Super glad to hear you are well. Veronica Tello took her ballot to a ballot box and had her pepper spray just in case. Damn it. I just remembered now. I wanted to share with you guys. On my page, there is a graphic. It's not a meme, but it's a JPEG. It's blue and it has numbers of all these different numbers you can call for protection or to report anyone who is like an abusive poll watcher. If you have somebody trying to intimidate you when you go to vote, you must use that number and call them immediately. In fact, let me see if I can I think I can find it. I just tweeted it this morning, so it shouldn't be that difficult. Give me a second. There it is. So, voter protection hotline. Let's share screen. Chrome tab. Help protect. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Help protect our voters. Help protect our vote. Spread this everywhere. And it's basically a graphic showing voter protection hotlines of each of the 50 states. Excuse me. And there's a website there. It says votesaveamerica.com. Numbers to call if you witness or experience voter intimidation or harassment happening at your polling location. You guys might have seen stories on the news, MSNBC or whatever, people wearing like the mask covering their face, and they're armed. They're wearing military khaki gear or whatever, and they're just there to make people feel uneasy while you go vote. That's not good. That's not good. Let's see. Samantha Hawkins saying, "We have you this Wednesday." Yes, you do. You do indeed. You have me this Wednesday. You have me, and hang on. Let me go back to that slide there. And my guest will be none other than Heather Gardner. If in case you guys missed the intro to the show here, Heather Gardner is she is a TikToker. She's most famous for her TikToks, but she's also a former TV host. She's got loads of experience, and you can tell by how she produces her content, her videos. She is a professional, a really, really nice person. I had the opportunity and the pleasure to chat with her in Washington, D.C. That's how I met her and how I got her to agree to do the show. She says she's a big fan of yours truly. Can you blame her? No. She's very nice. Foxhill Dreams says, wish you could write a list with all the names so we can follow on Twitter. Actually, somebody did create a tweet, a thread. It was a 2-tweet thread. Let me just scroll back on my page. That was that would have been on Friday. Hang on. I'm almost there. There we go. Okay. Where is it? Here it is. Okay. So this was tweeted by Muller. She wrote, she basically just took the same picture that I posted, and she wrote, if you're wondering why Twitter is so quiet today, and yeah, this was a tweet that has every person's name who is in this picture. It's two tweets, I think. Yeah. Here's the second one right there at the bottom. So this date was October 21st, and she posted it at 1:10 p.m. So in case you're looking for that, yeah, there it is. Michelle. Michelle says, dude, I have been seeing a whole lot of maggots on my timeline and not the good folks I want to see. You and me both. Yeah. And I have a serious problem. I don't know who to talk to about it. I mean, I can't even get Twitter to to put the kibosh on those idiot accounts that are mimicking me. They take my picture and they create some profile name like Brooklyn Dad Compliant. Stupid, they are totally violating the impersonation rule because they're supposed to put parody, and they're not putting parody on their profile name. Michelle, I'm not sure what it is. I feel like Twitter is maliciously doing this. They're like, instead of giving us access to our own audience, they are dropping us in the middle of maggot central. So normally the ratio of liberals to maggots would be, let's say, 7-3, right? 7 liberals to 3 trolls or 3 maggots. Now it's like the ratio is reversed, like exactly reversed. Now I'm only getting 3 liberals and 7 trolls in all my tweets. I don't know if you guys have noticed it, but it's annoying as hell. Just hang in there. Hang in. I have been just muting people. I refuse to block them. Just muting. Philosophy. The goal of that conclave was to gather some of the preeminent messengers, content creators across the social media spectrum. So Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and help help disseminate information correctly for this final stretch to the midterms. So more to come. Hey, Aries Wanderer says, my hubs likes to watch your show with me. Say hello to your hubs. Hello, hubs. Let's see. Did senior comms people ask me for my input? Yes, they did. And there are some actually that ask for my input more than just once. It's an ongoing dialogue about that. Yeah. I feel fancy now. I'm fancy. I am fancy. Okay, so you guys, I think that's about it. That Dan Malaskin says repost that. We all should. I'm not sure if you're talking about the tweet with the picture of all of us, or if you're talking about the tweet with the voter intimidation thing. But you know what? Post them both. Post them both, please. Metalhead RN, yes, there was news on Garland. There was information at approximately 1:45 or 2 p.m. And that information was that they busted some Chinese spies, basically, who were trying to bribe U.S. officials in an attempt to get technology and stuff like that. Big, in other words, a big nothing burger. I wish they would not do that. Don't do that shit. That's like, somebody put it like this. Somebody made an analogy and I thought it was very clever. They said it's as if you have been dating this guy for 6 years, right? And so he stands in front of you and then he gets down on one knee and then he ties his shoe. You son of a bitch. Why would you get on your knee in front of me instead of proposing to me? You tie your goddamn shoe. Son of a bitch. Yes, Garland spoke about China today. All right. You guys, thank you very much for joining me for another episode of Late Night with BDD. I'm your host, BDD, aka Brooklyn Dad. If you have not yet gotten your shot, please do so. Make sure you get that shot, get the booster, get everything that you're supposed to get. Also, wear a mask. Keep your social distance 6 feet or better. And enjoy the rest of your lovely evening. Keep in mind, please remember, this Wednesday at 5:30 in the P of M, I will be joined by none other than Heather Gardner from TikTok, and she's a wonderful, engaging person. So make sure you join us here. And until then, I love you all. I will see you. I'll see you Wednesday. Peace. Wait, where's my thing? Here we go. Uh-oh. Raccoons are taking over Watcher Soko's yard. That can't be good. That's not good at all. Scott Samuelson is letting me know only 3 people have liked this video. That's no good. Do what you should. Don't make me grab the wood. Come on, you guys. Come on. Where's the likes? Where's the love? Aries Wanderer says the deer like to visit her backyard. Hey. Thank you, Julian Goutier. Thank you for that. Tina G got her 3rd booster on 10/22. It's 2 days ago. That was Saturday. I see. General Putnam with the breakdown of the conference today, saying he thinks Garland and Ray were sending a message to Xi because of his saber rattling in the past few days. Diplomacy light. I didn't know that that was Merrick Garland's part of his job. I don't think it is. I think he should not be doing that. All right, you guys. Thank you again. And yes, Elaine Prieto, I actually did talk to Noel about coming on the show. He is looking forward to it. All I have to do is follow up with him. All right, you guys. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here because you need to leave.